important. I'm pretty sure Danny probably directed you to a site to get your calories that you need for the day. This is super important. If you're not eating enough calories, your body's going to go into what we call a starvation mode. So instead of burning fat, your body's going to store and hold onto the fat because it doesn't know when it's going to get its next meal. So really important. A lot of people think that low calorie, I got to eat less calories because I'm trying to lose weight. Wrong. Don't be afraid to eat. You got to make sure you're eating your recommended daily calories.
Just make sure it's in the right foods.
Right, yeah, the right foods, because anybody can go to a fast food place and hit their recommended calories for the day in one meal probably. So it's a little harder to do it in clean eating, but we have to make sure we're hitting those calories every day, or else you're not going to be able to hit the goals that you want to hit.
Oh, good. That's great.
Perfect, Linda. That's awesome. So calorie intake is important, whether you're trying to lose weight, whether you're trying to maintain, whether you're trying to add muscle. We got to really make sure that calorie count is dialed in, and don't be afraid of it. I know a lot of people see their calories that they're supposed to eat and they're like, holy smokes, that's a lot of calories for me. It's more than you're used to, but trust me, you can do it because you probably already do it and you don't even know it because you're not eating clean food. So you're probably hitting those calories anyways. So it's not that hard to hit. You just got to make sure that you do it, make sure you're prepared, and you guys will see the results. It'll come with making sure you're eating the calories and drinking enough water. Anything else you want to touch base on as far as nutrition?
I mean, I know I expressed it in the email, but a lot of people aren't used to either logging their food or being aware of the percentage of macros they're eating. People that really want to get real technical, you actually follow a certain amount of grams specific to like your goals and your body type and your weight. But if you can just look at that pie graph on the MyFitnessPal app where it has the percentages and try to hit close to 40% protein every day and then about 35% carbohydrates and then like about 25% fat. And if the carbs and fat kind of, fluctuate a little bit and they're about 30 and 30 or somewhere around there, then that's fine too. But try to hit closer to 40% protein. This is going to help you keep those carbs, not too high. Most women, if they log their food how they normally eat, their carbs are like 50%. And most men have that with their fats. I don't know like why that tends to be, but women usually eat way too many carbs, and that usually comes from either too much fruit, too much like sugary snacks, or they think they're eating a lot of healthy grains, so they'll do a lot of bars and a lot of those things but they do too much of them, and then it brings their carbs up way high and their protein tends to be on the very low side, which that doesn't necessarily help with building muscle, which burns fat. So try to get that protein up close to 40% a day. It is not easy to do. Lots of chicken, egg whites, protein shakes, different things like that are going to help boost it without putting your fat up too high.
So Tammy asks, what is a good source for clean recipes? Are you asking like what is a good site? Because I know Danny, she has a Instagram that she shares with her mom. What's it?
It's called it's clean_recipes on Instagram. So we have that, and I'll make sure I put that link in the on the page for you guys to just click on and use. If you don't have an Instagram, Paleo OMG is one of my favorite websites to get recipes from. She's a super creative cook. She uses lots of just whole ingredients. She's one of my favorites, Paleo OMG. And then Pinterest. I mean, if you just type in on Pinterest clean recipes, not all of them are clean. You definitely have to kind of filter, because what some people think is clean is, really not. But those are my two favorite. My mom is an amazing cook and very creative, and she posts a lot on our Instagram.
Danny will also be posting
I post
recipes as well on the Facebook page and emailing them out. So you'll get plenty of stuff from us as well. But it's good to do your own research too, because you don't want to get bored of your eating. So you always want to constantly vary it and change it. So the websites Danny told you, go to the Instagram page, and then like I said, Danny will be posting some stuff as well.
And that's really good, Linda, that you've been using that app already. It's definitely there's another one called Fat Secret, and I like that one too. But the MyFitnessPal, I love how they break down the macros. And they're recommended, I think they recommend way more carbs than what we recommend. just because people do tend to have like the higher time getting that protein. But you'll be really surprised with how your body reacts to the higher protein and just lowering those carbohydrates just a little bit. And the other thing is, I really want you guys to try to get your carbohydrate count not from as much grains. 1 to 2 servings of grains a day is all you need, and having them early in the day or around a workout. We put the list on the email: sweet potatoes, whole wheat bread, stuff like that. Rice, those are all really good, but just, not too many of them. A lot of people eat them at every meal or at the snacks, and it gets to be too much. A lot of things have carbohydrates in them that are not from grains that your body digests a lot easier. So there's, cottage cheese, Greek yogurt, all those things do have carbohydrates in them, almond milk. So if you log those things correctly in there, you'll see that will help get your carbohydrate count up too, where you can still technically cut carbs, but they're actually grains, but still get your carbs in to where you're not in too much of a deficit there. All right.
So I'm going to go ahead and move on to kind of the workout portion. If you guys think of any other nutrition questions as I'm talking about, feel free to still ask them. We'll answer them at the end. So as far as the workouts, guys, these are pretty intense workouts, but you can take them at your own pace. So if you haven't worked out in 6 months, you'll probably want to slow it down a little bit. And if you have to cut reps down, if you have to cut the number of rounds down that you do, that's okay. This isn't about trying to just throw you into the fire right away. I want you guys to work into it and go at your own pace, go at your own fitness level. You need to be smart, because what I don't want you guys to do is, to go into one of the workouts, you haven't worked out in 6 months or a year or maybe even longer than that, and you try to do too much too fast. I've seen people get hurt, or they just get overly sore, and things that shouldn't happen. So just be smart, listen to your bodies as far as the workouts go. Like I said, they're going to be intense, they're going to be hard, but you can push them at your own pace. So, and the thing is too, if you're a little bit more fit and you work out constantly and it's working out's already a part of your daily regimen, you can go out these workouts full bore, and they're going to be what you make them. So the harder you push, the harder the workouts are going to be. And like I said, if you have to slow it down a little bit, slow it down, no big deal. We want you guys to get fit over time. It's not about trying to get fit in one day. So just, like I said, be careful. Don't try to jump in too crazy right off the bat. Just ease your way into it. Most of the workouts, like I said in most of the past messages, pretty much all stuff that you can do at home. If you have dumbbells and stuff at home, perfect. If you have a gym, perfect. If not, no biggie. You'll be able to do most of the stuff at home without any equipment, or you can just use stuff laying around the house. So that's pretty much it as far as the workouts go. Like I said, my biggest concern was just trying to push too much too soon. Ease into it. Don't feel pressured like you got to try to kick butt on all these workouts right off the bat. You'll get stronger. You'll get more fit as we go. I promise. 1-2 weeks into this, you're going to be starting to feel really good and really strong. I have people all the time that, the first couple workouts, like, man, I can barely do this. And then by the end of the program, they're like, man, I need more. I need to bump up the weight. So just be patient. Listen to your bodies. And that's pretty much all I ask as far as the workouts go. We're going to be sending videos. We'll send your first workout and video tomorrow. So it'll be an image